India's comprehensive win over Bangladesh in Chennai has strengthened their top spot in the World Test Championship standings. However, it has left Bangladesh in a tricky position. Now, as far as Sri Lanka versus New Zealand Test series is concerned, well, Sri Lanka are currently on a rise after two consecutive wins. One against England at the Oval and now in the opening test versus New Zealand in Galle. Now, New Zealand are currently in a tricky spot after that loss. So let's just take a look at the World Test Championship table before we get to the possible scenarios. Well, India are currently the leaders of the World Test Championship cycle of 2023 until 2025 with 7 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw, and the percentage of points that India have earned so far are 71.67. And the other teams that feature in the top half are Australia, Sri Lanka and New Zealand, and the teams who feature in the lower half are England, Bangladesh, South Africa, Pakistan and West Indies. Now let's just move to the possible scenarios of most of the teams who are in contention to qualify for the World Test Championship final that's going to take place at Lord's in June next year. Now, as far as the Indian men's cricket team is concerned, well, they are favourites for a third straight final slot. Well, India have a total of 9 matches remaining and the distribution of them goes basically 1 against Bangladesh, 3 versus New Zealand and 5 of the all-important Border Gavaskar Trophy. And India's best possible finish as far as the percentage of points earned goes can be 85.08. Now, what India really need to do to qualify for the final? Well, they need to win at least 4 of their remaining 9 matches and draw 1 to secure a spot. And if India can win 3 out of their remaining 9 matches and draw as many number of matches, which is 3 wins and 3 draws, they would still be able to qualify for the World Test Championship final. And as I said, it's going to be their third successive final if India can fulfill the 2 permutations and combinations, which is 4 more wins and 1 draw or 3 wins or as many draws. Now, moving to Bangladesh, well, yes, they are still in the hunt. As the question has been asked here, that are Bangladesh still in the race for the WTC final slot? Yes, that's really the case. Now, how many matches have Bangladesh remaining? They have 5 more matches left, which is 1 more against India in Kanpur, 2 against South Africa at home, which are going to take place next month in October, and 2 which is going to be an away series for Bangladesh versus West Indies. Now, Bangladesh's best possible finish as far as the percentage of points is concerned is 64.58, and what Bangladesh really need to do from here is that they need to win 4 of their remaining 5 matches and draw at least 1. Which means that Bangladesh cannot afford any more losses. And if they somehow lose the Kanpur test to India, well, their fate won't be in their own hands and they would have to rely on other results so as to see if they can qualify for the World Test Championship final or not. Now, moving to the current World Test champions, Australia. Well, are Australia well placed? Yes, they are well placed despite losing to West Indies in Gaba after that Shama Joseph brilliance. Well, the total number of matches remaining for Australia are 7, 5 of the high voltage Border Gavaskar Trophy versus India and 2 versus Sri Lanka, which is going to be an away series that's going to take place next year after the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Now, Australia's best possible finish as far as the percentage of points won are concerned are 76.31. So what Australia really need to do from here on is that they need to win at least 4 of their remaining 7 matches so as to secure a final slot for the second consecutive time. And if Australia can win at least 3 matches and draw as many number of matches, well, then they would still be able to secure a final slot. So the 2 PNCs of Australia are 4 wins out of the 7 matches and 3 wins and 3 draws each. Now let's move to Sri Lanka. Now, can Sri Lanka really make it to the final? Well, yes, there is a good possibility that they can seal a slot in the final. Now, Sri Lanka have a total of 5 matches remaining, 1 against New Zealand, 2 versus South Africa and 2 versus Australia, which means that 3 of their remaining 5 matches are going to take place at home where they flourished the most. And Sri Lanka's best possible finish as far as the percentage of points won are concerned is 69.23. So what Sri Lanka really need to do from here is that they need to win 4 of their remaining 5 matches at least, so as to stay in contention for a slot in the finals. And if they win anything less than 4 matches, well, then their fate, just like Bangladesh, would not be in their own hands. Now let's move to New Zealand. Well, New Zealand have a total of 7 matches remaining, and they are currently struggling after losing to Australia at home 2-0 and now also losing to Sri Lanka in the opening test at Galle by a massive margin. So a total of 7 matches remaining, 1 against Sri Lanka, 3 against India and 3 against England. And New Zealand's best possible finish as far as the percentage of points earned are concerned is 71.42. So what New Zealand really need to make sure is that they need to win 6 of their 7 matches so as to stay in hunt for a spot in the finals. And if they win anything less than 6, well, then their fate, just like in case of Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, would not be in their own hands, and they will have to rely on other results to go in their favor. Now let's just take a look at the WTC table once again. Now, Pakistan and West Indies are currently out of the contention and they do not stand a chance to qualify for the World Test Championship final, while South Africa do stand a chance. And in case of, India, Australia, well, they once again are favorites to qualify for the final. What do you think about the current World Test Championship scenarios? You can let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today for all the exciting updates and analysis from the sporting world. Until then, on behalf of my producer Pawan, it's Siddharth Gulati saying goodbye.